Welcome to the Arizona Wildcats Video Extra, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, here with Zack Rosenblatt. Zachy, today we are going to talk Arizona track. Wildcats open up the Division I NCAA Track and Field Championships Wednesday in Eugene, Oregon. By the time most of you watch this, they will already be competing. Zack, tell me, what are the Wildcats' chances of really making a dent this weekend?
Fred Harvey's pretty confident. I talked to their coach, Fred Harvey, yesterday, and he's pretty confident that they're going to do pretty well. I mean, they have their best athletes are some of the best athletes in the country. You have Lawai Lalang, who everybody knows about him. He's broken every record, I feel like. He's going to. Fred said he's going to be competing in the most competitive event in the whole thing tomorrow, which is the 5,000 meters. Be going against a guy named Ed Chazarek from Oregon. Them two have been going at it this whole year. He's a freshman. He was going to come here originally. And then you also have Nick Ross, who's one of the top 3 high jumpers in the country, has Arizona record. And just across the board, Arizona has top athletes that have a chance to be in the top 10 in all their events they're competing in.
Sure, and as we know, Zack, when it comes to competing for a team championship, it's not necessarily about having those 2 or 3 superstar guys. It's about having a fairly balanced squad. In that regard, does Arizona have the depth to challenge for a top 5, top 10 finish?
I feel like top 10 is definitely a possibility. I don't know about top 5. I haven't looked at the entire field in terms of who they're competing against and how many from each school have them. Usually Oregon's always up there and SEC schools and stuff like that. But I mean, they'll get a lot of points because of those top guys. It does, like you said, it does depend on the lower end of the spectrum of the athletes that aren't as highly touted as a Lawai Lalang or Nick Ross.
Sure. This is the Arizona Wildcats Video Extra, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. Ryan Finley here with Zack Rosenblatt. Zack, this is yet another example of Fred Harvey recruiting and developing talent. I would argue that there isn't a coach on Arizona's campus who does a better job than Fred Harvey and James Lee, who's their distance coach. How is he able to bring in players like this?
He just has this reputation around the country. It's funny, I was just talking to him and one of their athletes, Enya Haley, who transferred from Clemson after last year. And when their coach at Clemson decided he was going to leave because he's going to be training Olympic athletes or something like that. So she's thinking about where she wants to go. Arizona's a possibility. There are a few other schools. That coach's twin brother is a coach at, forget what school it was, but one of the top programs. And the coach at Clemson tells her to go to Arizona. So
wow.
Yeah. So Fred Harvey was picked over this guy's twin brother because of his reputation. He said, I guess I just have good friends around the country or something. He was kind of modest about it, but I mean, it's pretty obvious that's the amount of respect people hold for him.
That's awesome. Zack, when you want to go work for another newspaper, I'm not going to send you to the Chicago Sun-Times to work with that Pat Finley guy. No chance. Anyway, moving on. What can a week like this do for an Arizona track program that, while they've been very competitive, I mean, trying to get that national championship, trying to sort of establish themselves as a track and field school?
If the program is probably as noticeable now as it's been a long time just because of the top level talent they have between Lawai and Nick Ross. There's Julia Labonte, who was an Olympian for Canada. And I mean, last year, Brigitte Barrett. So, I mean, they're as popular now as they've ever been. And Fred Harvey said he doesn't think he's ever had this many top level talent athletes at once. And I mean, a lot of them are seniors and they're going to be leaving, but they also have a few freshmen coming in this week that are going to be competing. Jordan Young, he's going to be doing the hammer throw. Fred thinks he has a chance of doing pretty well. He thinks he has a dark horse contender to win. And they have 2 freshman throwers and Haley, who's a sophomore, in the 400-meter hurdles. And when you have people that young that are in the national championships already, that just bodes great for the future.
Sure, and that's a testament to Fred Harvey and James Lee and Sheldon Blockberger, their throws coach. I mean, as good a coaching staff as they have. In fact, Greg Hansen named the 3 of them, I believe they're his co-Southern Arizona top 100 people of the year 2 years ago. And if you're getting attention from Greg Hansen, that's always a good thing. Zack, one more thing before we go. You a track guy at all? Did you run in high school or do anything like that?
I kind of wish I did because I did have some speed, but I was never big on the stamina. I get tired too quick, so I can never handle like the long distance or anything like that.
Yeah, see, I play half-court basketball, but I don't play full. It's too much. Anyway, for Zack Rosenblatt, this is Ryan Finley. This is the Arizona Wildcats Video Extra, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. We'll see you next time.
Try this matchup. Low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.